Today is the first ever kind of a video I've done like this on the YouTube channel. I've talked about this for several months now. I just never done it. But I have a guilty pleasure that I enjoy.
And he's going to share it with all of you. Aren't you lucky?
Guilty pleasure is the Reddit forums.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure. Like, I like a lot of the forums, like, am I the not nice person? Or we'll call it,
Am I in the wrong?
Am I in the wrong? But, you know. And then I like other ones, like, there's all these forums. Like, they have ones for Army veteran forum. It's just veterans just mad at the world, you know. And then you have forums about like toxic workplace. Those get really good. Sometimes people grab about boss. Anyway, so earlier today I read one in the Am I the Horrible Person? I'll just keep calling it whatever it is. I don't know. But I knew that they would take it down because they take down a lot of these posts, which I don't know why, but they do. I screenshot this before they took it down. I'm kind of glad I did. So anyway, what we're going to do is tell the story that is on the Reddit.
And I have not heard this story yet.
She has not read this.
So normally when he reads a juicy one, he'll be like, honey, listen to this one. And then he wants my opinion on it. And so this one he has not told me about, and we were talking about doing this video, and
like months and months ago.
Well, but just a little bit ago we were talking about doing this video right here, and he pulled up the article and he was starting to read it. I said, no, I don't want to hear it.
Fresh perspective.
I want an honest
perspective.
Yes.
So what's interesting is, like, her perspective and my perspective could be completely different. And you got the female perspective, the male perspective.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let me read this.
Am I in the wrong for missing my sister's wedding to grieve my husband's death? I, 25 female, have been married to my husband, 26 male, for 4 years. My husband passed away 2 weeks ago from an underlying heart problem, and my heart has been shattered. My sister, 27 female, was engaged to her fiance, 29 male, for about a year. They had dreamed of a big wedding together, and so they worked very hard to make it possible. Me and my husband were so excited to go to said wedding. We were so happy for them. Me and my sister were always close, and we always dreamt of getting married, so our weddings were big deals to us. Unfortunately, 8 days before the wedding, my husband was rushed to the hospital. I sat at his bedside the entire time. It pained me to see him suffer, and I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. 3 days after he was brought in, he passed away.
Oh my gosh.
So 5 days before the wedding, he passed away. I've been grieving the loss of my best friend since then. I called my sister to tell her the news and told her that I might not make it to the wedding. She then screamed at me through the phone saying that I was ruining her big day for me to just sit around doing nothing. Although I understand how she feels, I can't put myself through the pain of plastering a smile on my face so soon after losing him. My parents called me the next day trying to reason with me. I felt bad about missing something as big as this, but I generally couldn't, she says, pressurize myself to go. I think she meant pressure myself, or pressurize myself to go. I decided not to go, and I apologized to my sister and her now husband for not making it. My family and her husband's family are blowing up my phone for ruining their wedding and not being considerate. I'm still mourning my late husband, and this isn't making it any easier. So am I in the wrong?
My personal opinion, it's absolutely not. And I feel like her sister and the soon-to-be husband, or now husband, should have been much more sympathetic and empathetic for what she had just gone through. She no longer has the person in her life that she gets to share her life with. And her sister does.
He died 5 days before the wedding. They were married for 4 years. Could you, if I died today and your sister was getting married in 5 days, could you go to the wedding and put a smile on your face and act happy?
No.
You'd be a mess.
I would be beyond a mess.
You'd be a mess. As they took the vows, you couldn't be in that room.
No.
You'd be an absolute mess. You know, like, any person in that kind of situation could not witness a wedding. Anyway, I thought too, 5 days after, she's planning the funeral still at that point.
Right.
She's planning the funeral.
So I also wonder how close is this sister relationship. If, like, I think of it, I have 3 sisters, and I think of it as if this happened to me and I lost Clint and somebody in my family was getting married, one of my sisters, my sisters are close, and not one of us would ever expect us to, to go to the wedding. Like, I think that is so insensitive, and I'm just wondering, I mean, it doesn't even say that she's in the wedding, so I'm wondering how close they even were.
In the second paragraph, she said, me and my sister were always close, and we always dreamt of
that is true.
Getting married, so our weddings were a big deal to us.
That is true. She did
So she said they were close, but if you're that close...
You wouldn't treat
You wouldn't... No.
No, I don't think she's in the wrong at all. Not at all.
No, but my problem is, after the wedding, the family reached out to her to give her a hard time about missing the wedding and ruining the wedding for her sister. So if her sister was so important for her to be there, if it meant that much to the sister for her to be there, then why didn't the sister say, let's postpone the wedding?
Yeah.
My sister has to be in the wedding. I want to postpone it.
Yep.
I mean, if it was that important that it ruined the wedding.
This is the problem that I have with weddings and brides and all of this. There are so many women, and I'm going to call women out because this is the way that I often see it.
I'm drinking out of a mom cup, so I guess I'm a part of this conversation. Go ahead.
But I often see it where we read these kind of things, and it's always the woman who is
attacking the other women viciously.
Well, you ruined my day. Okay, you're a bride. Okay.
It's all about you.
But you're still a person, and everyone around you is still a person. Treat people with respect. Just because you're getting married and you're going to have a ceremony that lasts anywhere from 15 minutes to maybe a couple of hours based upon what type of religion it is or what type of ceremony it is that you're having. Be a person, be a human being first. Don't treat people like that, especially your sister.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's in the wrong at all.
No.
In fact,
I feel bad that she has no support from her family during this. She has no support. Her sister, which is her best friend almost, her parents are all not there for her when they need to be there for her more than the sister that's getting married.
Yes.
Like, a tragedy is 10 times worse than a celebration.
Yes.
A tragedy damages you permanently. A celebration is like a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, it's a celebration is something you're always going to remember. Like, I will always remember our wedding day. Like, forever and always. It was such a fun day.
It was a celebration, but it was like a one-day thing that it doesn't impact you for the rest of your life. You know, I mean, it doesn't impact.
But if I lost you,
just like suddenly within 5 days,
there's no getting you back.
That'd be traumatizing. And then your family's not there for you at all. They are not there. You are totally alone. And she didn't say anything about kids at this time. So she doesn't have kids to lean on. Nothing. I feel sorry for her.
I really do too.
Oh, and then I can't see the comments back. Because the post got taken down. But I screenshot the actual post because I knew that they take down all the good stuff, the juicy stuff, because it doesn't meet their parameters. But the comments were kind of saying the same thing of like, where was your family? Were they there for you during this process? Like, they should have been helping you with the funeral, not giving you a hard time about how could you ditch your sister for her big day. And people were on the side of the widow, like 100%, saying your family is terrible. Like, they're terrible. Your parents,
and
they're terrible.
That situation definitely could tear apart a family. I mean, in the time of need, when you've lost someone, because, you know, I lost my mom just a year and a half ago, and I needed people around me. Like, I needed you around me. And he understood, like, gosh, it even makes me tear up now. He understood, like, there's going to be times where I needed him with me, but there were also times I needed to push him away.
And I toned down my jokiness, too, for a while.
Yeah.
I was normal for a while.
You need family in those situations, and it hurts that she doesn't have that.
Didn't have it. So hopefully she has friends or something. Hopefully.
If she doesn't, she can be friends with us.
Yeah. If she's watching this, you can reach out.
Heck yeah. So
we'll buy you a pizza and we can hang out and chill.
Buy a pizza. Pizza and a bottle of wine.
Maybe that's all she needs is just somebody to hang out with. Eat some pizza, drink some wine, watch some Walking Dead. Well, I'll probably watch Walking Dead because her husband just died.
Yeah,
but
that's
watch
not good.
The Office. Watch The Office.
I would not want to watch The Office.
But she might love it. So watch The Office, eat pizza, and drink some wine or some beer, and hang out with us.
I think, though, like, knowing that loss of someone very close, you know, obviously my mom was somebody who was very close to me. So knowing that loss, I think that it's not just what you need in that immediate moment, but what you need
it's the
down
weeks
the
and
line.
months down the line. And is her family there for her, or do they resent her for skipping the wedding?
Right. And that's what we don't know.
We won't know because
it's gone. The post is gone.
So
yeah, that's really, really sad.
Yeah.
And
that's sad.
You know, it's something to always keep in mind too, though, like, if somebody does lose somebody, remember them 2 weeks down the road, 3 weeks down the road. And, you know, I remember people used to say, well, what can I do for you? How can I help? Da, da, da. And you don't know. You don't have an answer for that. And a lot of times
in
it's
2 weeks
just,
you might have an answer.
But even
right
then you may not. And
need.
it's just show up for me. Whether you walk through the door with a hamburger from McDonald's or whatever, just show up. Walk my dog, pet my cat, you know, just let me go take a bath, you know, whatever. Just show up. So.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. So that is the first episode of whatever we're going to call this. We don't know. But am I in the wrong? And she is not in the wrong.
She is not in the wrong.
And I'm sorry your family treated you like that. That's terrible.
I am too.
That's terrible.
So if you happen to be watching this, we definitely, our hearts go out to you.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yep. So if you like this, let us know down in the comment section, and you can hear some more perspectives of a grown man and a grown woman. And sometimes our ideas will clash.
Yes.
But this time we were the same page.
Yes. This one's pretty cut and dry.
But there's been some in the past that we've talked about where it's different, where we might butt heads a little bit in a respectful way.
Yes.
On camera, you know, but then off camera, it's, you're so stupid!
Oh, we don't do that.
They start throwing napkins at each other.
We don't do that.
How dare you! So we'll see you next time. Let us know down below, and we'll do this again.